I wouldn't have stopped you singing that by any stretch of the imagination. I love it. But I was just thinking, I should have had a chat with you, and you could have sang Connie Francis's "Stupid Cupid, You're a Meaning," but maybe another time. So thank you, Brian, that was fantastic. And thank you, Trevor and choir, for the wonderful music. And thank you, Sheena, for her wonderful reading. I know when I came into the church during the week and I saw these, I was actually overwhelmed by the beautiful red flowers. They are stunning. And they created so much different emotion in me. The Labour movement, the Roses rugby team winning the World Cup. They are absolutely beautiful. I just love it. And Carol?
I'm speaking on behalf of the Entertainment Committee, and I hope I'm not too long-winded, right? Because I have several things to say, so bear with me, right? We had a wonderful night at the Wine and Cheese, and obviously I think lots of people are looking for another event. And I have to say full credit for Brian, because he was by far the best event the whole night. Sheena and I were dancing like mad things, which isn't in our character at all, right? We definitely won't be doing it till next year's Wine and Cheese either. Okay, so you know we usually have the bus trip. And my friend Jerry Cleary had the bus trip planned, and it was about Normans in County Down, right? All ready. And then he went for a walk one morning, and he's coming back down to his car, down the Cave Hill, and he slips, and I can't really understand, his knee went under him, and he broke the top of his foot, and then they found he'd broken his ankle. So I'm sorry, he's not up to doing the bus trip, right? He will do it in October, but that's why it should have been coming up now. It can't be now, because he can't drive until late May, and things like that. So anyway, he is getting better, he will, and the bus trip is on in October, or whenever we get the bus booked. So instead of that, I arranged in June the 6th. Now, I'm going to mention it today, so you can keep the date, Saturday, June the 6th. But I'll mention it because it's a long way away, right? So I'll mention it again close to the time. And what I've arranged is that we're going to Clifton House, and we'll do a tour of the house in the morning, and then we'll do a tour of the graveyard in the afternoon. So what happens in the middle? Well, we have lunch, and then Roger Courtney, the author of the book on the non-subscribing Presbyterian Church, is going to give us a little bit of insight into the McCracken family, non-subscribing Presbyterianism, all the Presbyterians that you've got, their contribution to the relief of poverty in Belfast, and then again to the United Irishmen, yes? So it'll be an informal, little, but very informed chat, followed by a nice discussion. So that's in the middle of the day. It was our plan to have it at the end, but Clifton House shifted it. It didn't suit them to have it at the end of the day, so it's in the middle of the day, right? And it'll be £31.75, I think, which is a lot, except their ordinary trip is £15, right? So 15 and 15 makes 30, and we're getting sandwiches and the use of the room as well. So in actual fact, they've cut the price down for us, right? Okay, but don't worry about that. That's for a later date, right? Now, I've then got a little bit of sort of half cheating here. The Women's Common Room Club, you know, that I used to be chair of, right? Well, they also were having the bus trip with Jerry, right? But then they couldn't get the bus trip. But I'd already had a bus booked for them, unlike I didn't have it booked for here. So on May what date is it, right? Anyway, in May, so I get the glasses back on so I can see. Anyway, in Saturday, it'll be here somewhere, right? Saturday in May, 12th of May, I think it is. there is a bus trip to the Lagan Valley with the Women's Common Room. If anybody is interested in coming, I'd love to see you. It's a limited number of places. I've got 3 or 4 leaflets of the day and how you pay. And if you receive from me a magic leaflet, then please pay and please come on the bus trip, right? It's basically going to the, and we might end up doing it here sometime as well, it's going to the source of the Lagan and then going to the Finis Souterrain. So it's kind of like going through the passage of time in the Lagan Valley. So from its start, geological, whatever number of years ago that is, to the Finis Souterrain, and then we will be taking in the Giant's Ring. We're going to Dromore to look at the Motton Bailey and Dromore, and then of course we're also looking at the linen and the growth of the linen industry in the Lisburn area. So if anybody's interested in that, I would very much warmly invite you to come and ask me for a leaflet at the end. So thank you very much, and I'll remind everybody in 2 or 3 weeks about the Clifton House trip. So thank you.